Yeah. Yeah. Yo. All over the world, we about to go. Truth is coming out, that's what you need to know. Blacks and Hispanics is the Israelites you need to know. You ain't never gonna hear this from a pastor though. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions.
I know who else got a wake-up call this week. Who else got a wake-up call this week? Officer Kim UL. Oh, dang, he missed the layup. Oh,
yeah, I blew that one because I got like 3 people on my mind right now. I got a wake-up call.
Hey, I threw this to hop into it, and he dropped it. Hey, he dropped the ball in the end zone.
Ain't got no house no more.
All right. So what's the topic of the day? What's the topic of the day, man? What's the topic of the day, Officer Kim UL?
Well, since you talking about wake-up calls, we got a Negro wake-up call worldwide.
The Negroes got a wake-up call.
We get that at damn near every day, man.
Every day. So that's today's topic. We're going to touch on the Negroes all over the world.
All over the world.
So
we catching it. We catching it all over the world. Our people, you know what? It wouldn't be so much a wake-up call if we wasn't still stuck in Christianity.
There you go.
Believing in our oppressors.
Hey, speaking of that, give me Ephesians 5:14. Hold that. But we at camp yesterday. None of y'all was with me. We was at different camps. We get out the truck. Brother started teaching. Obviously, Ezekiel, you know he teach hard.
Yeah.
You know every black neighborhood across America got that one corner store, and they got that one spot where all the drunkards at. We get out, we teaching. Y'all know what happened when we teach. Everybody leaves. The only person that stays is the one drunkard that ain't got nowhere to go or don't got a bicycle. So he's sitting there. He's sitting there on the ground, no money. Starts rolling up a blunt. We bringing out the scriptures, and he say, "Don't talk to me. I'm blessed and highly favored." I said, "Oh Lord,
You blessed sitting in the gutter."
yes, bro. That's Christianity, though.
Yeah.
No other person in any other place on the world would say they blessed and highly favored, being homeless, jobless, and respectless, and would say that they blessed and highly favored.
Well, I woke up this morning.
Right. But when you grow up in Christianity, that's blessed.
Yep.
That's blessed.
Is a hell of a drug.
Is that it? Or why is that speaking?
Yes, sir.
Read
Yes,
that.
sir. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 14. Wherefore he saith, awake.
Do what?
Awake, thou that sleepest.
So the Bible is telling you Israelites. That's what we going over today. Awake, thou that sleepest. A lot of y'all, this wouldn't be news to you if you wasn't asleep.
Right.
It wouldn't be a surprise to you that the Africans, Israelites, are being discriminated against, not only in America, not only in Brazil, not only in Mexico, not only in Cuba, not only in Botswana, Uganda, but in Ukraine. That wouldn't be a surprise because you understand that the Israelites are scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Don't matter where they go. But read that again.
Wherefore he saith, awake, thou that sleepest.
Awake, thou that sleepest. Read.
And arise from the dead.
And what?
And arise from the dead.
Because that's talking to us. We are the nation that is dead upon the face of the earth. We have no spiritual sense. We have no physical sense. We have no sense of self, no self-identity. We are dead as a nation. Read.
And Christ shall give thee light.
And who?
And Christ shall give thee light.
And Christ shall give us life. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. Ain't white Jesus ain't doing it. Nation of Islam ain't doing it. Because if it worked, why do we still pull up at camp spots all across America and see the same conditions?
Right.
Go ahead,
right. Yeah, we dead because we got pastors that are killing our spirits and feeding us drugs.
Damn.
We gonna get into that too.
Literally. Double dose.
Literally.
That's what I call a double dose.
Right. All right, let's get into that first article.
Lot of mercy.
Yeah, I numbered them for you.
What are the sound effects, man?
I numbered them too.
Lot of mercy.
I numbered them to make it easy for you this time.
Who on the sound effects today, man?
Hey, I'm gonna go back to the old one. You need some milk.
Yeah.
No, that's not the. That's no. I numbered them. Come on now, I numbered them for you.
Hey, man, if you want to call in and complain about IT, 863-877-0693. We want to hear your complaints about IT. Officer Abel, call in, Officer Abel.
I'm gonna call in right now on the show.
Wait a minute.
And
Wait a minute.
make sure the phone line's open, man. We want to hear from the people as we go throughout the show, man. All right. Y'all got the article?
Okay, sound guy's on point now.
Is this the right one?
Yeah, that's the right one.
All right, let's get it.
Put that
Not a mercy.
little finger pointer on that
African
large
and
arrow.
Indian students stuck in Ukraine are accusing officials of discriminating against them and pushing them back from getting to the border. Videos have been posted on social media said to show black people being prevented from boarding a train and left stranded at a railway station in Lviv as Ukrainians were allowed on. Others said they were turned back from the border and were even being shot at. Like this video, Indian students claim Ukrainian guards on the Polish border beat them up and didn't allow them to cross. Tens of thousands of international students have been stuck in Ukraine since the war started. On Skype with us now from Warsaw is Monika Matus, a human rights activist working for the NGO Grupa Granica. Monika, thank you for your time. In your opinion, what's happening here? Why would, I mean, there's a lot of international students in Ukraine, as I've learned. Why the discrimination against them?
We think it's really just honestly first of all, I think it's on both sides. So the Ukrainian border guards are preventing people from passing through, and then the Polish border guards are not better. In this case, they are also actually stopping people and not letting them in. We don't know why exactly. I mean, I think it's just a question of not having Ukrainian passport. We hear about students from African countries, from India, from many other Asian countries. We also hear about people from countries that, the people who actually were trying to flee the war in other countries, so Yemen and Syria. Mm-hmm. There's also people, right now we are solving the case of a Yemeni boy who is stuck at the border in Medica, who is trying to pass through, and there has been huge issues and problems to let him actually enter Poland. I don't know if it's solved yet right now, because I've just been on the phone about this case. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know what's exactly the reason. I think it's really just an issue of not having Ukrainian passport. And I just want to add that, the racism from at least Polish government and Polish authorities has been widely known already. We criticized the fact that the border patrol is actually still operating on the northern Polish-Belarusian border, and they are still not letting people in and apply for asylum, whereas we are rightly so allowing Ukrainians fleeing war, enter EU without any issues, without any problems. This is bluntly unfair, I think.
So
do you know if
there's a lot of videos like this.
Yep.
The Ukrainians, the women and children, primarily, they able to leave.
Right.
No problem. But if you got brown skin, nah. Mm-mm. You getting attacked trying to leave out of Ukraine, and then if you do get out of Ukraine, you can't come into Poland. It looks eerily similar to what our forefathers was going through during the Jim Crow and bring it out. When Martin Luther King was doing the marches,
yep,
it looked just the same thing. So we seeing it's not just here in America. We get treated the same all over the world.
There you go. Hey, I want to look at it from a prophecy standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us looking at this and we say, man, this will never happen in America. This will never happen. Remember, I don't know if you got it in here, but there's a lot of videos that's been going around, and the people saying, I can't believe this is happening in Europe. This is not a third world country. These are Europeans. This is a civilized nation. What? Y'all think y'all civilized? No.
Right.
This is what y'all don't understand. The white man, the Renaissance period was his rebirth. He was dead as a nation. He was a dead man. Let's read that real quick. Let's go to Obadiah and read about how he even got to this point of being so-called civilized upon the face of the earth. Because before that, when you read about the Dark Ages,
That's right. Bring it
that's
out.
when dark men were ruling. Ukraine, Russia. Russia got the most black icons, I think, out of all the
I
countries.
think so. Yeah.
They got more than everybody. So this is crazy that they calling these people so civilized. You got it?
Obadiah.
Which verse, sir?
Obadiah.
Let me see.
Verse 3.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Shoot, pick one. Let's pick one up out of there.
Obadiah.
It ain't but so many chapters. Read that.
Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the
Who
ground?
shall bring me down to the ground? Now jump to Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3. That's what I want. Malachi 1 and 3. But when you look at Esau, his architecture is up in the sky. He liked things that look like mountains. That's why you see Mount Petra. That's why they got the skyscrapers. That's why they go to space. It's in their nature. Who made it a good thing to be 140 feet up in the air and have a penthouse? That's the and you can have a view of the whole city. That's the white man stuff, man.
Yeah, with fire, it's a wrap.
Right. You done.
It's over. You're not getting out.
Done. You finished.
These are the same ones want to bungee jump. You know,
Right.
go jump off the side of a mountain
There you go.
and come two inches from death and spring back up.
Nah. Said Jacob is a plain man dwelling in tents. He wanted to be on the ground.
Right.
Go ahead.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Now, what we're showing y'all is what's known as the Dark Ages and the Renaissance period. Read that.
And I hated Esau
Uh-huh.
and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
Read.
Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished.
Hold on. Edom said that he was impoverished. When was this? Before the Renaissance, before the 1500s. Where was this man at? We're reading it right now. It says that he was impoverished. Everybody know King James was a black man. Hold on. How was a black man king? Because the white man was inferior to us at that time period. That's why they had to create what? White supremacy. In order to create white supremacy, you had to have what? Black supremacy at one point. They had to flip the script. That's common sense. Read.
But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts.
And this the question for you, those of you that say that this ain't talking about the so-called white man today. Who is this?
Right. Who is it?
Because I don't see the white man walking around with a dot on his forehead.
Nope.
I don't see him walking around in kente cloth.
Nope.
I don't see him walking around in a kimono. A kimono, whatever you want to call it. I don't see it. Read.
They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Read.
And the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
So the Lord got a problem with these people forever. Forever. Now, I went here just to illustrate because Officer was going into how we being treated over there in Africa. And I wanted to show you that these people are uncivilized from the jump. So the way they treat you today, that's in their nature. That's who they are. This shouldn't be a surprise to you that they're treating you the way they are. Go ahead, Mike. You have something?
They might want to check their genealogy. Them so-called Africans, go to Deuteronomy 28.
Bring it out.
Might want to figure out who you are. Do 28 and verse 29.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
So they're looking for a way out. They groping around town trying to find a way out. Read on.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
So they're ready to wake up. This is oppression. They need to look into these scriptures and find out, hey, maybe I'm not an African. Maybe I'm an Israelite. because I'm surely oppressed over there.
Hey, that sound like the Israelites to me.
Something that we would go through.
That sound like, hey, one last scripture. I'm gonna let you have it, Kimmy.
No, you good, Cap.
You got something?
No.
I know you got a scripture. All right, good. No scripture, good. Go to Isaiah 11. You ruined. Hey, I gave you a chance. I gave you a chance.
Hey, Cap laid it up on the rim again.
He did.
Brother,
I didn't oop it.
Don't worry. If y'all don't want to take the shot, I will shoot. I will shoot. Isaiah 11.
Shoot or shoot, right?
Right. That's what I'm going to do. Isaiah 11 and 11. Because a lot of people might say, well, how y'all going to say they the Israelites? How you going to say that these people are, y'all, basically what they say, anybody y'all see getting oppressed is the Israelites. You damn skippy. Because guess what? The Bible says that we're going to be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So the same way we identify the Israelites in America is the same way we're going to identify the Israelites all over the world.
Right.
And that's how that 12 tribe chart is correct.
Bring it out.
Whether you want to believe it or not. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts
of Israel. Read.
And gather together the dispersed of Judah.
From where?
From the four corners of the earth.
From Brooklyn.
From the four corners of the earth.
From Harlem.
From the four corners of the earth.
From the four corners of the earth. That's what y'all don't understand. The Bible prophesies that the Israelites are going to be scattered.
Right.
That's why we ain't fighting with y'all over a block. The whole world needs to be taught the gospel. And guess what? That's the secret behind the Great Commission also. For you apologetics. They don't read the Bible.
Nah.
They don't read this Bible.
Nah.
If they do, they're reading it backwards.
Not at all.
Hey,
You stupid.
Oh, you do got something now.
Well, ain't no real quick.
I actually wanted to.
Ain't no real quick.
I wanted to land back off of what you just said. Right in that.
No, ain't no land backs.
But
Nope.
what you just read right here in Isaiah 11 is interesting because it says from Elam as well is where we be gathered from. In that video, it said it was Africans and Indians.
Yep,
and then not
there you
only
go.
that, in verse 12, it says the outcasts of Israel.
Yep.
The Dalits in India are the untouchables,
There you go.
aka the outcasts of Israel. So they try to separate us with those names.
Right.
But just like Officer Mike Yell pointed out, we if you oppress,
Yep.
you might be Israel.
Hey, that's funny. That's just like you got Judah and Ephraim being oppressed on this side. Same thing over there.
Right.
You got the so-called Africans and the so-called Indians together being oppressed. Same.
All praises. I just want to hit one more point. I didn't pull the video for the second time, but I was watching this video. You had this sister, African American sister, that's what she called herself, married to a Ukrainian, right? And what I was doing is I was trying to find videos where they show what it's like for black people living in Poland and Russia and Ukraine prior to this war starting.
Right.
And, when Christ said he come like a thief in the night, but your life will be flipped upside down. And she was praising the place,
Right.
and of course her husband. But when we see these videos, that means you either on the side of your people or you have to completely turn a blind eye to what's going on.
That's right.
So that's why the Bible speaks against interracial marriages.
That's right.
All right, so we can go to the next article.
863-877-0693. Call in with your comments.
Hey, and we live on YouTube today. If you ain't subscribed to the YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Y'all, YouTube been blocking us, man. We've been at 15,000 subscribers for 8 years. Wow. Make sure y'all subscribing to the channel, man. 15,000 and 22,000 for the last 4 years, man. I don't get it. Go ahead, read
All right,
that.
pull that up for the people.
Africans and South Asians fleeing Ukraine attacked by far-right nationalists in Poland, reports say.
Scroll down. So now when you get out of the country, now you're getting attacked. Go ahead.
Several African and South Asians who crossed the border into Poland after fleeing Ukraine have been attacked by Polish nationalists, The Guardian reported. Men dressed in black attacked non-white people who had arrived at the Zinsil railway station and chanted, "Zinsil always
All right.
Polish."
Hey, Mayassia, we got a call.
That's what that sounds.
He was on autopilot right
What is
there.
that article, bro?
Hey, he was on autopilot.
Shalom, caller. What's your name? Question, comment. Where you calling from?
Hey, I'm just wondering, where is Jesse Jackson and where is Al Sharpton in the midst of all this right now? Because you got black people being abused and beat up by some sweet white Polish people.
Hey, that's a great question. That's a great question. They ain't nowhere to be found. They're the same place they always is, waiting for somebody to die
Yeah,
so
but-
they can make money at the funeral.
Nope.
They over here sucking the black community dry, and
Absolutely.
meanwhile, here are black people suffering from all four corners of the earth. Ain't saying nothing.
Yep, absolutely. Where you calling from, brother?
Calling from the state of Florida. I want to give a shout out to the Lionz Den, y'all, the hottest show. I love it. Tune in every Sunday, man. I love y'all.
All praise.
All praises.
Hey, so got several. All right, keep reading. Mayassia, you was focused. We broke your train of thought.
Thought it was
That
a
P
soundbite.
word right there. All those consonants. Pezimisil, always
Yeah.
Polish. And go back to your country, the outlet reported, citing journalists from the press agency OKO who first reported the attacks.
Go ahead. Scroll down.
Police intervened in the incident in which 3 Indians were beaten up, leading to one of them being hospitalized, the Guardian said. Attackers drove around in cars with baseball bats and bottles threatening non-white refugees, Polish outlet Wabanska said.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show you there too. Again, it's just like the Jim Crow South. What we're viewing overseas looks just like the Jim Crow South. There's a quick video on there if y'all can pull that up.
Hey, while we getting that, I want to explain what y'all looking at in front of your faces. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 25. Deuteronomy 28 and 25. I want the 7 ways. Leviticus. Go to Leviticus first. Leviticus 26 and 17. And find the one that says 7 ways.
Gotcha.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 17. And I will set my face against you.
So what we're about to read about is a curse that was placed on the Israelites. What did the Bible say?
And I will set my face against you.
25.
And ye shall be slain before your enemies.
And what?
And ye shall be slain before your
And
enemies.
ye shall be slain before your enemies. Read.
They that hate you shall reign over you.
That's what's going on. They that hate us is ruling over us. Read.
And ye shall flee when none pursueth you.
Right. And they fleeing right now. They fleeing. The war is between Russia and Ukraine. And we still being attacked. That's a curse from God. Give me that Deuteronomy 28, 25.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them.
And flee 7 ways before them. We trying to find any which way to get up out of there. Once you get into one city, you getting attacked. You go into the next city, you getting attacked. We can't ever find rest. Give me that. Give me that. Deuteronomy 28.
Okay, you got that one.
I want 28 where it says the sole of your feet won't find rest. I
Jump
think it's
down to
28
60.
61.
Yep. 60
60 what is it?
5.
65.
Yep.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 65.
Hey, and this is short. You see how we just jumping through the curve? We like, hey, I think all of these fit. Because, and this is in 2022. This book was written centuries, decades, millenniums ago. And it's still relevant to this day.
That's
Every
right.
last one of these verses. Read that.
And among these nations.
You see that? That's key. Among these, because you said something real heavy. You said this looked like 1960 to me.
Right.
All they need is a water hose, and they'll be right in there. Read.
And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
You ain't going to find no ease, whether you in America, in Alabama, whether you in Poland, whether you in Russia, whether you in Ukraine, whether you in Libya, whether you in the UK. Yes, you Brits. Y'all, they racist against you as well.
That's right.
Don't matter. Read.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
Neither shall the sole of your foot have rest. These are refugees getting attacked. Meanwhile, Russia dropping bombs. They shelling the whole country. And y'all find time to abuse African students.
That means we still at the top of the list.
Right. That's very true. That's very true. Go ahead, y'all.
Because you're black.
Hey, you finish that. Finish that.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart.
A trembling heart, because just like what you said.
Yep.
Yeah, you got bombs being dropped, and you getting your butt whooped. Trying to run for safety.
Hey, go right back. It goes right back into the 7 ways.
Right. Right.
This book is spiritual, man. It's a spiritual book.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. I.U.I.C. has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. I.U.I.C, we deliver the truth.